Okay, welcome back to iSoft Original, and on today's lesson, we're going to see how we can create a school management system, right? And this video is advanced, really deep advanced. It takes more time for you to understand the concept where and what you need to do now, or what you need to get to understand. Yes, so before we get started, make sure you have your construction already there. And now let me open Microsoft Access. Right, we're going to connect our database to Microsoft Access. So I'll create a blank database, and I'm going to give the database a name. And the name of the database, I'm going to call it let's say, for now, only this database is basically for students, right? So I will say that students DB. Now the directory, I will just change the directory to where I would like to save my project to, right? Okay, so I'll go to documents and then navigate myself to the Visual Studio 2019, and then I will save it here. I will take it later. So let's create a new database connection, or let's say a database system. Good. So I'll then go to the view, and then I'll give the table a name. So the table, I just want to call it TBL table items, right? That is the name I want to give it. Now you see that we have here, so you're gonna say name here. You're gonna say maybe student underscore name, student name, and then you're gonna add age, class. You can add as many as you can, but in this particular tutorial, I'm not going to take a lot of time in this. So you're gonna add age, class, and then let's say date of joined or something like that. So we're going to say that let's say date of birth, and then date of joined, right? And then we're gonna say that we've added student age, class, right? Okay, then we've added date of birth, date joined. So the date of birth, I think the class, let's make it gender. Now let's add the class. Now let's add payment. I think I want to add fees payments. Good. And then let's add payment status, right? Okay, so the payment fees is going to be a currency, and then the date of birth is going to be date, and then it's going to be date, and then the gender, I would like to maintain it to be test, right? So last but not the least, I will say maybe parent contact, right? Parent contact. Good. And then this one too, I would like to choose only, let me choose text for now, and I believe it's done. Okay, so it depends on what you want to do, how you want it to be, and it depends on whatever you want to do, right? So you just click on the view here, then you click on the yes, so that you can save it, right? So that you can save it. Now I can add some simple details like Isaac, and then ages, let's say 20 years, the gender is male, and then the date of birth, it depends on whatever you want to choose. Let's say maybe this, and then date of join, let's say maybe this 15th. Okay, then the price is supposed to pay, let's say it's supposed to pay $100. Then the payment status is, let's say, paid. And then let's say the parent contact is 0550128086. So we can add another student like Amankwa. Then the age is 21 years, she is female, and then the date of birth is first, the date of join is today, and then the class is for this one we didn't add a class. Let's say JHS1, and this is JHS3, right? And she is paying $200, and the status is not paid, sorry. Good. So the contact is 0543261734. Good. So we've added these two details, and we're gonna go to the view. Just double click. Now you can see it's here. Right click, save. Now good. So we will go straight to Visual Studio, and we're gonna say that this is my final because I have tried a lot with these codes before I can yes. So I will say final SMS projects, and I'm gonna save it inside my CMS folder, right? So I can change it, and then I can say that I'm saving it as SMS project, right? Good. So select this folder, then click on create. So actually it's going to create your system for you. Now first thing first, before you have created your form, you can give your form a name or whatever you want to do it. Let's say this is we will customize it later. So let's see if we will add, let's say let's give a name like school management system, and we would like to add so many things up here. But before we get started, I would like to add a panel. So I'll add only one panel. I'll change the back color to black. Yes. And then for the doc style of this project, I'll just dock it to the top. And then yes, so I will be adding some buttons here and there, and data grid view and the rest. So let me add a group box for now. Let me add one group box here, that will be my details, and then let me add another group box here, that will be my database system, right? But before we do that, let me select everything, cut it, and then let's add a tab control. So these two tab controls are very, 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 very important, because we will be using them to fix whatever we want to fix. So this tab controls, click on the tab control, make sure the tab control is selected, go to the tab pages. Now I will be adding only 2 or only 3 pages. So this will be add students, and then this tab page is going to be add teacher, right? And then I'm gonna add the last one, which is finance, let's say database. Good. So these are only the 3 things I'm gonna add for now, and then I'll go to the student and then paste what I just copied, which is the group boxes, right? Good. So let's save this project, and then let's go to the data source. If you can't see the data source, go to view, and then you check it from here. If you can't see it from here, go to toolbars, and then you check you go to other windows, then you check data source, which will appear like this. click on this little guy here and make sure you have a connection. Click on next. Make sure you have the data set. Click on next. Now you are going to create a new connection, so click on new connection, and then make sure you browse for where you have saved your file to. So I saved it here, which is my student.db. I'll just copy that, and then I will go to my SMS, my SMS project, which is final project, here bin debug, and then I paste it here inside my debug folder. It can't copy it because it is being opened. Try again and it's copied, right? So this is it. So I will just go here, go to the bin folder, release, debug, and it's here, right? So I'll just click on open. Now I will test my connection, and then I will click on OK. Now as soon as I click on OK, I will click here, show this, then I copy this. This is very important. Copy that, and then go in for WordPad, and then for this WordPad, paste it here. It's very important. And then after that, you just cancel. Remember the word very well. You will just cancel it, because we will be working on the other sections of what we want to do. If you test the connection and then the connection is not working, make sure you download runtime, Microsoft Access Runtime 2007, yes, and it's gonna work perfectly fine for you. So from the toolboxes, we can now add our first button, which is this, like this. We will be customizing it later on. So let me choose the back color to be black. Don't forget that we have copied something. So before we do that, let me first stop with the button. Okay, let me just finish the button and let's see something. The back color, let's choose red, and then let's turn back to black. Good. And then the text on the color, let's clear everything. Now I have Pecan on my machine. When I say Pecan, I have Pecan installed on my computer. So if you don't have Pecan, make sure you will download Pecan on the internet, and then you get access to get some files, right? So update is available. I can download new updates, but I don't want it. But already I have downloaded some images from there, so I'll just go to the background and then import some images from my pictures. I saved the pictures as SMS, and then I'm gonna add this guy who should be here, and then I'll just stretch it, and I will add, let's say 8 buttons as my management system. So let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, let's add 2 more. Okay, so this last one is gonna be my exit, which is this logout, because we're going to create a logout system for that. And then this will be the settings, right? Okay, and then this will be the add teacher. So we just said add teacher, and then we said that database, right? So we will say that database, and this is gonna be the bulk SMS thing, and then this is gonna be, let's say we're gonna add something like accounts, yes, finance accounts, and then we're gonna add something like charts, right? So we can add charts to our project. So after that, let's set the back color of this to black, and then let's set the back color of this also to black. We can decide not to do this, but we can do that. Okay, so I believe we are nearly done. Now let's do it this way. Now let's start with the coding. So double click on the management system, then go to the public class. Right now, I told you to save this file, so just copy it. It will be very important here. So we're gonna say that we're gonna declare some statements here. We're gonna say that them con means connection as new olb dot olb connection, right? And then inside this, we're gonna paste what we copied, right? Yes, we're gonna paste what we copied. So let's paste it there. And from this section, we're going to give out some codes of lines, and these codes are very important. That will call the connection. That will really call the connection actually. So this is what we're going to say. We're going to say that we're going to try catch extension, and inside the catch extension, we're gonna declare we're gonna say that you see that I said we're gonna declare connection, which is con dot open. We're gonna open connection, right? And then from this side, we're gonna say that msg box should give us a message if the connection is not either secured. Then finally something should happen, right? The connection should close, right? So that is it. So let's try it out and let's see. Now you can see that when I start it, it says could not find file C users Microsoft Original GH document Visual Studio blah 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 project final base database bag blah blah blah. It didn't find it, right? So to solve this problem, now go to your SMS section where you have created your database file, right? I mean your database file. Yes, so I will just go inside where I have stored my database, and then I will just let me go back to this and let me see where I have. Okay, so I will just go back to where I saved my database. I have created another database, and then I have renamed it to CMSI. Good. So I'll just go back to my project, which is my SMS Studio final. Then I go to the bin the bag folder, then I paste it here, then I refresh everything. Now let me delete this. Now sorry, that wasn't what I created, so let me go back here, copy this. Now let me come to SMS final bin debug. Let me paste it here. Now let me copy everything here. Now I think I did a little mistake. As for you won't do any mistake, so let me just paste this, then I believe I'm done. So when I start the system, you will see that everything will be come out, everything will be very nice. Now yes, I didn't got any error message, so I believe I'm done. Okay, so it didn't pop up any message, so let me give out an MSG box which will tell me if the connection is secured. So it will say connected. If I didn't get any error, it's gonna tell me connected. Then if it didn't tell me connected, then so I'm gonna declare a statement first. So I'm gonna say that if connection dot state equals to connection dot open, right? Connecting state dot open. If the connection is open, then something which is this should happen, which is this message should happen. So I should end the if statement. Then I will say that else the same message box should show, and it will tell me that I'm not connected, right? Good. So I will just save it and then start my project and see if the database is connected. Now you can see that it says file SMS project connected. Good, then it opens up for me. Now let me do some simple adjustments. Click on the form, make sure the form is selected, and then go to Windows State and then select center. Good. So anytime you start your connection, it's gonna start in the middle for you, and it says connected. So I think my database is being connected successfully. So that is it. Now we will be adding a data grid view to this particular project. So let's go back to the toolboxes, and then let's search for data grid. So we're gonna add this data grid view here. Yes, which is very good. And then for the data grid, we will save all project. Let me add a timer, one timer, and then let me add a label, one label, which will be here. The label for color will be white, and then I will change the size of the label to, let's say, 22 or 28 is quite enough. I think 28 is quite good. Then I will add the label here. So the code I will give to this timer is label1 dot text equals to time of day. Good. So it will just definitely locate my time for me, and that is it. So on this label, on this timer, I will always turn the enable to true. Good. So let's continue. Let's go back here, and now I don't need this message anymore, so I'll just close it. Yes, so that when I start, it will definitely automatically start from straight without the message, and this is very great. So I have added my data grid view, and the back color I prefer to choose black for now. Yes, and then I will just save it. Let me add let's say one button, right? I will add one button, and that button I'm gonna add it somewhere, let's say somewhere here, right? Yes, I'm gonna add it somewhere here. Yes, you can decide to work along with how you want it to be. It depends on whatever you want to do. So I want to change the text to, let's say, load let's forget about it. I want it to let's say refresh database, right? So refresh database, right? So from this I will just change the size to 14, and then the fore color will be white, and then the back color will be black. Yes, and this is very, let me choose red. Okay, this is very interesting. Then the back color of this, I'll choose black anyway. Yes, you can customize your database according to anyhow you want it to be, right? Yes, so from this section I will just rename this to the name of it to btn refresh database, right? Okay, so that is it. Yes, that is it. So from this group box I'm gonna say that student info, right? And then the fore color I'm going to choose white, and then the size of these I'm going to choose bold 16, which is okay for me. So I will do the same thing for this, which is bold 16, which is okay for me. And then the fore color I'm going to choose white. Good, that is fantastic. Then this, I'll just clear everything. This is how I want my system to be. You can decide to choose anyhow you want your system to be, and it's going to work. So double click on the refresh button, and we're going to declare some statements. I told you this is an advanced tutorial, so we are declaring SQL as strange, and then we are declaring something like CMD as let's say OLD .ol command, right? That is it. Then we're gonna declare dt, which is data type, as new data table. We're gonna declare tb dt as new data table, and then we're gonna say that our SQL, which we declared as the string, equals to let's say select. We're gonna choose where we want to select, right? So we're gonna say select from tbl items, where the table name we added. So we're gonna say that cmd dot connection equals to connect, which is the statement we declared earlier. But before we do that, let's close the connection. Let's open the connection, sorry. So we say that connection dot open, right? This I can't explain further because this is a deep detailed tutorial. Just follow what I'm doing. And then we're gonna say that cmd dot command test. We're gonna command the test to our SQL, the statement we declared as strange, and it's gonna work perfectly fine. Now let's continue declaring some statements here. Okay, so we're gonna declare da as new data as new oleb dot oleb data adapter, right? And then from down here we're gonna say that da dot I believe da dot selected command equals to cmd, which we declared as a statement earlier on. And then we're going to say that the da dot fail, it should fail the dt, right? So put the dt into brackets, right? Okay, so now let's continue. Make sure you don't have any error here. So let's continue. We're gonna say that data grid view, our data grid view 1 dot data source equals to our dt, right? So declare it as a statement. Good. Now all these codes are going to help you to display your database informations here, right? So let's go back to the form 1 event, and then yes, so let's see something here. Okay, let me see. I think the cmd is being underlined, so let's see how we can work along with this. I believe we need to change. Okay, we need to declare this as new, right? We need to declare this as new. Yes. Now let's start it and let's see something. You will see that when I click on refresh, it will refresh and reveal all my database I have created so far. Yeah, and this is it, right? These are the two database systems I created. So let me do something quickly. Let me go back to this. I think is affecting it. Let me choose back to regular, and then let me choose 9 as default. Let's save everything. I think is the group box which is really disturbing my database system. So when I refresh, now you can see that everything is well organized. Yes, so let me work along with the database a little bit, then we keep on going. Now let me hide this, and then let me extend this a little bit. Then let me select this. You can extend yours or decide not to do so, and let's say it depends on you, whatever you want to do. Yes, it depends on you. So now I will start my system again. Then I will actually refresh it and see that okay, so I need to come back a little bit. Okay, so I will just select this and then draw it back a little bit, then draw this back a little bit, Now draw this back a little bit, and then the main form back a little bit. Now let's start it once again and let's see how best it works. Good. So I think it's perfect. It's perfect. Now let's work along with the the refresh button. I think it should be here, and yes, it should be somewhere here. Good. So let's save everything. Now let's see something for the data grid view. I would like to the background color, I have done it the grid color. Let's see, I believe the role default colors, let's check on them. So I want this highlight to be the back control, right? And then I want this highlight to be red, which is something like this color. And then I want this fore color to be, let's say, window. So this is what I want. I click on OK. Now when I start, you will see that definitely it should be able to, when I click refresh, it should be able to, oh come on, it didn't take effect, so I need to work on that. Okay, this is role, this is cells. Anytime you need to work more. That is the reason why I hate dealing with these stuffs. But it depends on what you want to do. Yes, it depends on, so the selected color, I want it to be this color, and yes. Okay, so let me try it once again and let's see. That is the rule default. So let me try it once again and see. Perfect. So that is it. That is what I was talking about. Okay, so this is what I need, right? Okay, good. Now let's continue. Now you will see that from my database where I did, so let's make it automatically. So for this, just copy everything here, Control C, then come to the here, so that as soon as it starts, it will automatically load everything for us. Yes, so save it and undo everything. Let's let's come here, and then, but first of all, let's work with these codes before. Let's say we're gonna try and catch these things as extensions. So for the open tool here, we're gonna cut it, and then we're gonna paste it here. And then for here, we're gonna say that MSG box, we're gonna we're going to add a message, right? So we're gonna say if there is any error, it should pop up a message for us. Then finally it should close the connection. Yes, so without these codes it won't work. So let's copy all these. Yes, then let's go back here and then paste it from the form load event. Yes, so that will help us anytime when we start our project. It will automatically reveals our database system for us, so that everything will be fantastically working. Now let's see something for this level. I would like to add it here. Yes, then I save everything. Good. Now let's continue. Let's see how we can work along a little bit. Let me see my time, because today I will be dealing with time. Okay, so let's see how we can deal with some issues. Now when I click on start, you will see that yes, my database is now being working perfectly fine. Yes, you can see that this is the students, and then yes. Okay, now let's continue. Let's add some buttons here. So I'll just copy this button, and then I'll come here and paste it. And this button right here is going to be my let's say I'm going to use this as my add button, right? So my add button, I believe I will delete this and rather add these images right here, which will be my add button, right? Good. So for this button, I will save this, and then I will just go in for some text boxes according to the grade I did, right? So from this text box, I'll just enlarge it a little bit, and then I will add, let's say, I can add, let's say, a label and put the label on top of it, and the same time I can add so this is the label, drop it down. So this will be my student's name, right? So this will be my student name, and we can do a cross check on the system to see how it was, right? Okay, so student name, age, gender, date of birth, date of join, class, date of birth, date of join, class, fee. So let's see how we can work with this: age, gender, date of birth, date of join. So let's copy this, paste it one more time, and this is going to be the age, student age, and then we're gonna add a combo box, which will be the student age, right? No, student gender, sorry. So let's see from this side, that will be the student's gender. And then let's see if, apart from the student gender, we said student date of birth, and then student, yes, so we said student date of birth, and then date of join, and then class, fee payment, payment status, and parent contact, right? So we need to date time picker, you see, just add this here and then extend it, and then we're gonna say that this is gonna be date of birth. Good. And then we will just copy and paste this one more time, and then we place it here, and then we will say that date, let's say this is registration date, and that will be so simple and cool, registration date for that. Now you can extend this as long as you can, so I will quickly extend everything so that I can see the work that I'm doing. So I'll just extend my database as well. Okay, so I will just check out this and then extend it a little bit. Good. Okay, so it's really working fantastically fine. So I'll just save it. I'll bring this down here, right? Okay, so just like that. And then I think I added another thing, right? I added another thing. So let's see, I said class, fee, payment, and then payment status, right? Class, fee, payment, and payment status, parent contact, right? So I will just copy this, copy, come here, paste, and then I'll say that class, and then I will add another one, let's see something here. I think I prolonged everything, but let me quickly extend these a little bit so that I will be getting to know what I'm working on. Okay, let me drop this down. Now after the class, what is next, so that I can get to see what I'm doing? Okay, so I think after the class, fee, payment, and then payment status, fee, payment, payment status, and contact number. fee payment, payment status, and contact number, right? So this is going to be fee payment, right? And then we will say that payment status. All right, then once more, so I'll just squeeze this a little bit down. So let me see, why wouldn't I add those guys, let's say here on top here or somewhere there. Let me try to add these guys, let's say here. Yes, so let me bring this guy here. Good. So I believe I can then extend this a little bit so I can get it add here, and then let me add the one more thing, copy paste it one more time. You said class, and that was combo box. Wow. Fee payment, I believe it should be a text box. Sorry. Oh, come on. I think copy that, paste it here. The fee payment should be a text box, sorry. And then the payment status, I believe it will be 2, so I will just edit it. And then the payments, the contact, so the contact is going to be another text box, right? Okay, now before we do the coding for that, we will rename everything, right? So let's see this. We will say parent contact. I believe that is the final thing to do, right? So I believe after payment status, parent contact 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? 9. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, so we will say that parent contacts. Good. So let's see how we can work on it. So from this section, we're gonna add the class. So let's say kg. Let's say no, let's start from class 1 anyway. So we say that class bs1, bs2, bs3, bs4, bs5, bs6, jhs1, jhs2, jhs3. Yes, then we just click on save. Then on this text, we're gonna say that select class. Yes, so it will be here, select class. And then the fee payment, I believe, is on, but the payment status is either is being paid, paid or not paid, or owing. Yes, so either you are owing or you have paid or not paid, right? Okay, so yes, we will say that select payment status. Good. Okay, so let's save everything and then let's start the project and see how best it works, and then let's see if we can end here. So good, I think our database system is quite working well. Now we can, checking everything. Then let's see here. All right, so I believe this is really working fine. Can add the fee status, owing, everything is working perfectly fine. Okay, good. Now let's see something here. I believe we need to add some stuffs to this so that it will make it look more genuine. Copy paste this. Actually this is gonna be the add button. So from my pictures folder, I'll just go to the SMS, add this button. Good. Okay, then this button is going to be update, right? So that is going to be the save button. Yes, and then I will add one more, which will be my delete. Okay, then let me add two more, right? So this one will be here, this one will be here. Okay, but for that one I would like to add it here. Yes, somewhere here. And this is going to be the back button, right? So if it is really navigating back, it is, yes. So we search for the forward tool so that everything will be fantastic. Okay, good. So we will just save everything, and then yes, so we will quickly jump to hot word. So I will then rename these things so that I get everything done. So this is txt name, this is txt age, and then this is I'll say that cmb combo box gender, and then this is this will be dob, and then this will be doj, and then this will be cmb class, and then this will be btn txt payment, and then this will be cmb ps, which stands for payment status. And then let's see the last one, which is txt contacts. Good. Now let's save everything. Don't forget to save your project. After that, let me see my time. Okay, so after that, go back to the database system where you've got your database where you copied it to. Now right click and then click on open with Microsoft Access database. Now enable content editing, because we're going to edit the content. So just enable the content editing, right? All right, so we will be working from the table right here, because we will be calling some datas and the rest. Yes, that makes it more unique and special. That makes it more unique and special. All right, let's head back to this project and see if there is any other works which needs to be done. Okay, so let's start the project and let's see once again. So I believe my system is well organized, and I can see from this section, I can see from this button. Good. And I can type anything from here. I can select anything from here. I can select the class I need. I can type the fee right here. Let's say status, I will say maybe paid, and then parent contact 0550138086. Yes, I can do that, and then after that I'll just click on save. Then I believe everything is going to be fun. Yes, when I click add, I want everything here to be cleared, right? So when I click on add, I'm just going to say that txt name dot clear, txt age dot clear, and then txt contact dot clear, and then txt payment dot clear, and then cmb combo box class dot text equals to, then we will add something here, cmb gender dot text equals to, we will add something here, and then cmb cmb p dot text equals to, we will add something there. Now before we get started, when I click on the when I type anything here, assuming I type something here, then I click on add, you'll see that everything clears to 0. Now let's work on the add button, and then let's rest here so that on our next lesson we will work on it. Let's work on the save button. So double click on the save, and then this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna copy everything, right? We're gonna copy everything from here, Control C, and then come down, and then Control V. Is the same code, but just we're going to work on this section, right? That is where we're going to work. But before we do that, let's go back to our database, and then I told you that we will be coming back to the database to work. So let's go to create, and then we're gonna create a new query design. So click on the query design, and then you just click on add, right? Yes. So after that, close it, right click here, and then go to SQL View. Right? Okay, so this is the SQL View. Right now, click on the append, and then select your database list name, right? Then you click on OK. Now from that, you just right click again, then you go to SQL connection. Now you see that you have these, right? Now you can clear all these two, right? And then in front of this is very, very important. Take good note of this, right? Take good note of this. You see that you have your names here, right? You have, when I double click on this and I go to, let's say, design view, you have your student name here. Copy that, come here, paste it, bring comma. Now go back, copy age, come here, bring paste it, bring comma. Now go back again, copy the gender, come back here, paste it, bring comma. Go back, dob, copy, now paste it, bring comma. Good. Now doj, copy, paste it, bring comma. Now class, copy, paste it, bring comma. You see, this is how we are connecting the database. Now copy the fee payment, paste it, bring comma, and then the payment status, copy, paste, bring comma, and then the contact, payment contact, parent contact, yes, pastes, and then you will definitely add them into brackets, right? So you will add them into brackets. Yes, so adding them into brackets helps you to being specific of what you want to do. You see, from this section we are going to tell the system to recognize some things up, but first of all we're gonna add by default things to this particular system, right? We're gonna add some default prices and some default values and the rest. So let's add a value, and then let's say that we will just add our test item. So let's say this is test 1. Okay, then we say that test 2, yes, then we say that test 3, which is I think test 1 is the name, test 2 is the age, test 2 is the age. So let's say maybe 50, and then test 3 is the gender. So we will say, let's say maybe test 3. Okay, let's leave it like that. And then let's add test 4, which is the date of join. So we will say that for that matter, we will leave it like that. We will leave it empty, and then we will add another 2. That one too, that is the date of join. We will add empty. Then we will add test 4. Okay, comma, that is the class. Then we say that test 5, which is the payment, right? Fee payment. So we say 50. Yes, and then we will add our comma, bring our two commas, and then we say payment status test 5, right? Comma. And then we will say that from the payment status, we say parent contact. We say that 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yes. So I believe this is what I'm really talking about. Now, after that, just go to the design, click on append, and okay. All right. Let's see something from here. I think we need to add something like 0 2 comma 0 1 comma 2019. Okay, so let's copy this and then let's paste it somewhere here. This is kind of complicated. Yes, so let's click on I believe we are nearly done. So let's see something. Let's click on the run, right? So click on the run, and wow, this is really messing me up. All right, don't worry. We will work on this, right? We will work on this. So let's select these and then let's clear it. Select these and clear it. Now let's run it again and let's see. Okay, so let's save this as query 1. This is really getting interesting, but don't worry, we will work on it. Just copy everything here and then right click, go to copy, and that is going to help us to input our data, right? So go to your Visual Studio. From here, paste everything here instead of the select into. So from this section where from the value takes place, that is the text one, right? So we're gonna add to end, but first of all just add to end. Good. And then we will say txt name dot text, right? Yes. And then we will say that the that is the name, and then from the name we say the student age, right? So the age also we're gonna say that do the same thing, and then we're gonna say that txt dot age dot text, and then the test 3, which is the date of birth, right? So the date of birth, we will say that dob dot text, right? Okay, then okay, let's see something from here. Name, from name we went to age, which is this age. From age we went to gender, so it's not going to be db, it's going to be gender. Sorry, gender, cmb gender dot text. and let's see here. This is the do. Let's say this is the dob.test. Yes, and then this is gonna be you see this work. That is the reason why I wanted to do the simple one for you. Doj dot yes. And then the test 4 is what? The test 4 after this is the class, right? So we will say that the test 4, which is the class, we will say that cb class dot text, right? And then we will see for the we will see for the payments, right? I think the fee payment. So for the fee payment, that will be, let's say that will be value, which is our txt that will be our txt payment.text, right? Then from here I can add value. Come on, you've got to be kidding me. Let me see something here. So let's see from this one. Let's work on this one. So we will say txt we will say that txt contacts dot text. Good. But for this one here, which is this, I will definitely say that that is the payment status, you see. So that will be the cmb payment status dot test, right? Okay, then let's see for the last one, which was kind of controversial. So what is it? Let's see the txt payment.test. So for the payment.test, this is what I'm going to say, that I'm going to put this in brackets, right? And then I will add value at the beginning of it, and that includes numbers. That is the reason why I am using search. Yes, and then this also include only numbers, so I can do that one too the same. So I will say that val, which means value. Yes, so after that I think I am done. Yes. Okay, now we need to clear some things up here, right? Okay, so this two will go, and then this data grid view will go, and then these two will go because we don't need them now. So we're gonna declare a new statement. We're gonna say that dim I as integer. We're gonna declare I as integer. Then we come down here. Then from down here, we're gonna say that I equals to cmd, which is the cmd statement we declared, dot exit non query. So we're gonna say that if yes, so we're gonna say that if I is greater, not less than, is greater than 0, then something should happen. It should pop up a message box telling us that new record, let's say new student has been added. You see, Then let's copy this, and then we will, oh come on, we will copy, just copy, and then we will say else if the students was not able to be added, we will say no student is added. Now let's start our project and let's see something. When we start our project, now you can see that the database is working, so I'll just close the database. It's already opened. Okay, so let me close it and then let me save it. Okay, good. So let me just clear everything, and then let me close this. Let me close this. Okay, so let me close everything like this. Now let me start it again and let me see something. Good. So let me see, when I click on add, let me see, let's say this is iXoft, this is student age is 50, let's say student gender is what did I add it for gender? Oh, okay, so I set the text box 1.text equals to clear, right? Okay, so let's see something. Oh come on, you've got to be kidding me. The student gender, so couldn't I add any student gender? Okay, let's add male or female. Then we will say that select student gender. Okay, so let's save everything and let's go back, and then let's see. So I'll just say iXoft age is 50, then I'll select the gender, which is male, select the dates, and then select the registration dates, select the class, which is JHS3, select the fee payment. The fee payment is 500 cedis, and then I will select the payment method, which is paid, and then I will add the contact. Good. Then I click on save. Okay, so I'm facing this problem and I will figure it out when our database system is being fixed. So guys, I believe from here you will get to understand what I mean. From this point we will just end here, and on our next lesson we will just continue from where we left off, so that everything is going to be fantastically working perfectly fine. So until we meet again on our next lesson, have a nice day, and iXoft Original is out.